NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Tuesday, November 1st. Welcome to a brand new month here. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. There is also a Discord link in the description below this video where we're building a super strong community. Everyone in there just trying to help each other win. As well as Patreon link is in the description below this video where I do post all the player props here that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play: NBA, college football, NFL props here on Patreon. Again, yesterday was a completely just horrendous day for NBA. Both YouTube plays missed. We missed on like 80% of our Patreon plays. Don't want to get too deep into it, but if you're in the Patreon, you know how yesterday went. Super tough day. We're gonna have days like that. In this, betting on player props is, that's the name of the game, and I feel like, you have to have days like that. Well, you don't have to have days like that. Obviously, they're not ideal, but days like that will come. It's bound to happen. There's no way around it, honestly. We had numerous players that we took player props on that had their worst games of the season. Like, for example, Trae Young, I think he shot like 6 for 20 yesterday, had like 11 turnovers. You can't make that stuff up. You can't predict things like that to happen. So nonetheless, we move on. New day, new month, looking to bounce back in a huge way tonight. Two player props here that I like. Tuesday, November 1st. Let's not waste any time, you guys. Again, not a gambling expert. It's not financial advice. These are simply just the plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully giving you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player props here. But let's get into it. The first one is going to be a rebounding prop here. And I'm going to go with Wendell Carter over 9.5 rebounds against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So a few reasons here why I like this. Wendell has hit this. He hasn't hit this his last 3 games. 9, 5, and 9 rebounds in his last 3 games. 2 games before that had 12 against Boston and 11 against New York. But Oklahoma City just against centers really, they're starting Pokusevski, I guess, tonight. I know Josh Giddey's out, but they really don't have anyone that can match up with the size of the Orlando Magic. Wendell, Bobo, Banchero, no one can really guard Wendell Carter in the paint. I think there's going to be a ton of opportunities here for Wendell Carter to get rebounds if we just take a look at a few things. So Wendell Carter game log this season, he's playing consistent minutes, 30-plus minutes in each game, except for this game against Charlotte where he only played 26. Has been scoring the ball at a decent clip as well. 11, 14, 15, 17, 12, 15, and 15. Rebounds, again, like I said, have gone over 9.5 3 times in 7 games here. Gotten close twice, had 9 rebounds here, 8 rebounds here, and 8 rebounds here. But Wendell Carter, against the Thunder, he played 1 game last season against the Thunder when he was with the Magic and had 30 and 16. One of his best games of the year last year actually came against the Thunder, where he had 30 and 16. Centers this season against the Thunder have been getting rebounds, right? We've seen, these are traditional centers here. Zubac, Gobert had it twice, and Jokic and Zubac again have had 14, 15, 16, 16, and 18 rebounds against the Thunder, right? Karl-Anthony Towns, who doesn't even play center on this team anymore, had 8 rebounds here. So we've seen, 5 different games essentially this season where this center has gone over 10 rebounds, or actually 9.5 rebounds here. Zubac did it twice, and Gobert did it twice, and Jokic had 16. And these went well over 14 is the lowest number. Zubac had 14 and 18 rebounds, his season highs. Gobert had 16 and 15, and Jokic had 16. And all these guys here, similar players as far as just traditional centers, which is what Wendell Carter is in this offense. Obviously, they have Bobo and Banchero, and Wendell Carter is that center player. If we take a look at this, though, however, rebounding chances right here, Wendell Carter sitting down here in the top 15, 16.9 rebounding chances per game. Okay, 16.9, which is what you want to see. He's got higher rebounding chances than Embiid, Randall, Bam Adebayo, John Collins, Markkanen, Capella, Banchero. So he even, Kristaps, Pascal, he's up there as far as rebounding chances go. And then also the Thunder have the 4th lowest field goal percentage in the NBA, which also bodes well in what we're looking for. When we're looking at rebounding props, especially for centers, is the field goal percentage of the other team. The 4th lowest field goal percentage, which means they're going to miss quite a bit of shots here. If we take a look at field goal attempts, they're taking the most field goal attempts in the NBA. Through 6 games, 96.8 field goal attempts, right? So you can see here the most field goal attempts in the NBA, the 4th lowest field goal percentage. So all of those things in combination with Wendell Carter getting 30-plus minutes, I'm likely over here. I think it's good value. And again, you can do as much research, and feel as confident about each player prop. But at the end of the day, player doesn't perform, player gets in foul trouble. So many different variables and things can happen for a player prop to hit or miss. So just keep that in mind. But based on the research here and based on the knowledge that I have on this prop, I like the over 9.5 rebounds for Wendell Carter. Then the next player prop day, Tuesday, November 1st, is going to be Bam Adebayo. I'm going to take his over 36.5 fantasy score against the Golden State Warriors. Now, Bam Adebayo in his career against the Golden State Warriors, his last, 4 games he's played, he's had 26-8, 25-9, 19-8-6, 24-5-7, and even 13-11-7 here back in 2020. But these last 4 games has played extremely well against the Golden State Warriors. More specifically, his last game, his most recent game against Golden State, which just a few days ago in Golden State, he had 53 fantasy points here against Golden State back on October 27th on the road. Now, the Golden State Warriors against the center position, right here, you can see Golden State Warriors giving up the most fantasy points to the center position in the NBA, 64.5 fantasy points per game to the center position, 30.6 points per game, 18.1 rebounds per game, 5.3 assists, 5.1 assists per game. They're giving up a ton of fantasy points. Again, number one fantasy point to the center's position in the NBA here. We're looking at centers against the Warriors this season. Bam Adebayo 26-8-1, 4-3. Jokic 26-12-10. Isaiah Stewart 24-13. Sabonis 19-14-4. Jock Landale 17-7. DeAndre Ayton 16-14-4 and a steal. Okay, none of these guys really are even having too much foul trouble. I mean, DeAndre Ayton had 5, but the rest of these centers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Sabonis only had 2 fouls here against the Warriors, which is a sight to see considering how much foul trouble that dude's been in. But centers have feasted against the Warriors. I mean, we made this play on, I believe, Patreon when Bam played Golden State on the 27th, and that smashed the over here. Obviously, 18.5 points could be a very safe play as well. I'm probably going to, give this one as well. 18.5 points is a strong play. 36.5 fantasy score. I like it. I think if Bam could get, 1 or 2 blocks or 1 or 2 steals in this game, he could easily hit the over on this. I mean, he had 53 against the Warriors in that last game. And the Warriors defense, as you can see here, opponent averages, it gets much worse on the road, right? This opponent averages on the road gets much, much worse. And Bam Adebayo, if you search Bam Adebayo on Twitter, they're talking about here how right here, Bam Adebayo, I'm fed up with it. I don't like sitting 2-5. The Miami Heat are 2-5 here. They're definitely looking to win this game, right? They need to win this game. They're 2-5. Jimmy Butler's fed up with it. I think they definitely understand the matchup that Bam Adebayo has and how centers have feasted against the Warriors. So I definitely think they feed him early and often. 36.5 fantasy score or 18.5 points here for Bam Adebayo. 2 overs for him. Wendell Carter over 9.5 rebounds. Player props here Tuesday, November 1st. Patreon plays are live at the time of this video. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about these props. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and as always, let's cash.